here, guys. It's been a while. It's been long I came live on YouTube. How are you guys doing? Okay, I came to talk about something that some people do not know, and it's very crucial. Some people think that they have, or rather, it's all about home training. It's not all about home training because I believe that there are some stages of this home training that some of us do not get, but they are living better. There are some stages that some of us do not experience, but they are doing far better than those who experience it. Yet they keep bragging with home training. So I have this question to ask. If you think that you had a full dosage of home training, you had a full dosage of home training before you get to this age that you are today, quote me wrong, and I'm going to win you. I am going to win you. Because there is something that I keep asking people. When you ask them, what do you mean that you had a home training? Excuse me. Some will say, my mother taught me well how to cook. My mother did this, my mother did that. I was restricted to some movement, you know. I never had a boyfriend till I got to university. I never got a boyfriend till I finished university. They give different excuses. But to me, those things doesn't count. Like, there are people that experience home training today. If I tell you, you will not believe. If you think that you had a home training, that you really, as a lady that was giving birth in your home, brought up by your mother, your father, your both parents, in fact, even if it's your aunties, whoever, even if you went as a nanny to take care of someone, if you're acting as a house help, my dear, I will bet you that you see those ones. Thank you for joining my life. I appreciate. You're welcome. I will bet you that you see those ones that went as a nanny, those ones, especially the females that was not brought up in their homes, they really experience home training. My dear, if you were brought up with your parents, by your parents rather, you know experience home training. No. All you experience is daddy's love, mommy's love. That is not home training. Home training is when you leave your father's house, when you leave your mother's house to another person's house that has nothing to do with family. A home that has nothing to do with family. That is even fairer. In fact, they betted on your head, like you went there as a loan. Maybe they borrowed money on your head or this and that. You never can tell. And at the end of the day, you ended up serving a home as a maid. You see those people, they really experience what is called home training. Because I must tell you today that those people that are doing better, check them. When it comes to home training, those people that are doing better with home training are the ones that experience nanny, are the ones that experience maids, house help. You understand? Because the torture, the training, the stress, the agony, the pain, the beating, the do I keep mentioning them? a lot of it, they never experience a lot of things that those who were brought up by their parents experience. If you are working in your home as a child, you work with love. Yes, you work with love. Not when you are outside your home and you're being maltreated and you will not come out to sit down and argue with somebody who had an experience of house help. My dear, as a lady, if you don't get any experience of house help, you will not get home training. Make I tell you the truth. Everybody has home training. But this particular home training I'm talking about, you can only get it when you leave your home to another person's home that has nothing to do with family. That is where the home training begins. You know, when you're living with a stranger, especially the one that has children, you are the one to bathe them, you are the one to feed them, you are the one to cook, you fetch water, you run errands. My dear, in all these things, in all these things, let me see how you look good. You, at the end of the day, you got beaten. If you are even sent on an errand and you wasted time, you receive beating. You beg for them to pay your school fees. You go to school late if you are even in school. A lot of experiences, my dear. You see those people who go do nanny, those ones are the ones that experience home training. The one that were brought up by their parents only had father's love and mother's love. Only had father's love and mother's love. I'm honest with you, because the kind of home training that I'm talking about, now the home training, as in, this kind of home training is the kind of home training that, you know, when you were asked to go and boil water as a nanny, as a house help. After boiling the water, you brought the water out from the fire. You bring it out from the fire, rather, take it to your auntie or whoever that you're living with. And at the end of the day, your auntie will smell it and turn to you to tell you that this water did not boil. Have you ever experienced it? Like, they know the smell of boiled water. Does your mother know that? Like, even if your mother knows that, does she caution you when you bring down water that is not boiled? Like, water that gets boiled has a different aroma, like a different smell on its own. Not be when water don't do for fire, you could just bring at that. No, my dear, you will never understand. Ask people that lived with a different folks, like a different people altogether, like people that went for house help, people that were sent out to go and live with strangers. They will be the one to tell you what is home training. Like, they had it in full. If you live with your parents, you never had home training. You were just enjoying life. You were blessed. My dear, you were so blessed. Hi, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Dan Hamdani. I'm Senegal. I am happy that you are with me here on my live video. Thank you for joining. I appreciate. I truly appreciate, guys. I love my people, but people keep saying about this home training, home training, home training. And I keep telling them, if you were not brought up by a stranger I meant, you have no right to speak about home training, because it is those who experienced nanny, house help from childhood, from their birth, are the ones to talk about home training, because everything entirely is different from when you are living with your parents. Everything is different. Everything is different. There is no remedy to it. Like, it is torture upon torture upon torture upon torture, day by day. There is no single day that you will have rest. That is what we call home training. You will never have rest. Even when others are watching movie, you are in the kitchen cooking. Even when you don't know how to do the cooking, you must cook it. You will cook finish, they will test it. Dish for their children, now you go collect last. You be the one to eat the bottom pot. You will be the one to eat the bottom pot. That's bad. So I beg us, please, especially the ladies. I don't know why I keep seeing people bragging about this home training of it stuff. This home training of a thing, my dear. If you were not brought up, I keep saying it. If you were not brought up by a stranger, don't talk about home training, especially the ladies. Never you talk about home training because you only enjoyed life. As in, reason it, you go when you boil hot water, you are sent to go and boil water for bathing. And you will be the one to bring the water down and say, Auntie, the water don't boil. The water has boiled. And the auntie will say, bring it. When you give it to the auntie will not smell it. With a dirty slap, this water is not boiled. How did the auntie know that the water did not boil? That is the question. You understand? That's the question. How did the auntie actually knew that the water did not boil? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Can your mother ever do that? Can your father ever do that? Can your aunts, your siblings ever do that? No. It can only come from external. It is only the externals that can do that. Imagine you boiling hot water that is not boiled to them. Talk more of when you pour a pot of soup on the ground. Bah, you have blown the earth now. Hey, my sister, you will remain hungry forever. As in, you will be starved. You will be starved for, as in, for days. Even if you have to eat, it is just by the grace of God. Make you no be say you die. They can't get burial to do. Make you no be say something happen. They can't call and say you have killed my child. That's just it. If not, you will starve like those in prison, even when you are in the house. Or even have you ever slept in the kitchen before? Have you ever slept in the kitchen? That's the question. Have you ever slept in the kitchen? If you have ever had experience of sleeping in the kitchen, you will not open your mouth to talk about. You will not open your mouth to speak about home training. My dear, when you get all these tortures, that's when you will know what home training is all about. So I beg us, please, for all of us that was brought up by parents, excuse me, that was brought up by our parents, stop bragging, stop feeling booger, stop raising shoulder. You understand? Stop pumping your shoulders. You had a home training. My dad, you never had a home training. You only had a family training. No, there is difference with home training and family training. That's what you had. Parental training. That's what you experienced. If you were not brought up by a stranger, you don't have home training. Take it and leave it, or you leave it. What you had is family training, not home training. It is only those who were brought up by strangers, those who went for nanny, house help, they are the one to tell you the story of home training. They are the one to come out and speak about home training, and I will sit down and listen to them. You understand? Now them pass through home training. Make we know they carry our shoulders. All of us, we especially those that were even brought up by a gold spoon parents, those that had it all, those that eat on the dinings, yeah, those that had menus of food, dailies of food menu. You don't need to talk about home training. I have to be honest with you. Don't speak about home training because home training is not meant for those that were brought up by their parents. What you had is training, parental training, not home training. It is only those who were brought up by strangers that can come out and speak boldly about home training. I beg, let's be cautious. Thank you for joining my live. I appreciate, guys. I love you. God bless you. We're going to have this section again, but for now, I have to say thank you. I have to say goodbye. I had other things to do. Please, I love you.